So we'll cut all of that out, and this will be the beginning now.
Yeah, we are.
Hello, everybody. We're here with the Blind Mike Project.
We are live. Haha.
Oh, a lot of energy today. We do have a lot to get to, though. I feel like a lot of our favorites have popped up today.
Yes, in small doses, but they're all there.
So yeah, I don't know what's in the first part of this podcast, but make sure you go to blindmike.net because WATS is up there now, finally.
Yes.
And for some reason, we're still having issues with Spotify. Thanks a lot, Rogan.
You should have just called me. I would have helped him out.
I feel like Joe Rogan is taking us to TED. This has to be a Rogan thing. Yeah, he saw the big dogs coming for him.
Every time.
Said, get them out of here.
I don't know if it's whatever platform he's using for the RSS feed, but 3 weeks or whatever the fuck he's been trying to put it on. It seems like
Craig always wants to get very technical. He wants to make sure this podcast is as boring as possible. Let's talk RSS feeds for an hour.
Who wants to talk microphones? That's the big inside joke, right?
What do you mean?
I don't know. There was some on the KMS network. There was an episode of some show where everyone just talked about microphones the whole time. I think that's what I'm told.
I don't know if I'm aware of this.
Yeah, I have to find it.
Yeah, make sure you do that.
I'll get on it.
What a tease for next week.
I'll cut it off.
But go to blindmike.net, subscribe to all the podcasts. And if you're listening for free, then, think about subscribing to the Patreon if you want these episodes early. Bonus, why are you laughing? By the way, I know not everyone loves Quincy necessarily. Not everyone's in on it. But I say if you want to test the waters, if you want to say, I'm thinking about getting in on Tuesdays, you're going to want to this week's Quincy that we'll post on Tuesday is my favorite that we've done.
Oh yeah.
That will be the hardest we've laughed at the Quincy episode. I'm not even sure if we really watched the episode, but it was a lot of fun.
It was not even, there's no question that is far and away my favorite episode we've done.
So consider giving all of that a test on the Patreon. Go to blindmike.net because all of that is there now. And I recommend last night's WATS because I think it was the best one we've done so far. Although Carl alerted me after the episode, I go, I think that was easily the best one we've done so far. And he goes, oh, yeah, it's good. You've said that every week. I was like, I did not realize that. I'm just a fucking cornball. Happy to be here.
I'm being told it was Andy Mayo's nickel's worth of free advice with DEC.
Boy, you really went with a deep cut there. That was a long time ago. Jesus.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. Everyone just gives me shit every time I mention like, oh, this microphone I like because of this. And like, why don't you go on that? I guess that's the name of the show I was trying to think of.
Yeah. Well, Craig made fun of Craig for being too inside and he brings up an Andy Mayo show. So
well, I did. To be fair,
the guy knows how to produce.
I didn't know that but here we are.
I think I want to start with, like I said, we got a lot of our favorites to choose from today. I think I want to start with our old pal, Tommy Myers.
Yes.
Because it's his birthday. It's a very special day for the little guy. So if you guys don't remember Tom Myers, we haven't talked about him in a long time. If you listen, we did on WATS, me and Carl talked about him once, and they cover him plenty over there. But we got into him on the Patreon. We broke down his great comedy special, Make America Innate Again, and some of the other great bits that he's done over the years. But every once in a while, he pops up on the local news down there in Baltimore. And I remember the last time, I think we might have played this clip too, where the newscaster asks him about, like, I think it's like dealing with hecklers or people getting offended at jokes or something. And Tom's answer was, he's like, yes, it can be tough to deal with, but much like a firefighter running into a burning building, it's my job. It's what I do.
Did we play that?
With all seriousness.
I don't remember playing that one.
Oh, it's one of my favorite clips of all time. But now Tom was on the local news. Apparently, this passes for news now in Baltimore. Local man turns 40.
Box Eating Dad says, hello, Havre de Grace.
Hello, Havre de Grace. Well, we're taking it down to Havre de Grace, as a matter of fact, for this news coverage, because, again, Big headline. I'm sure it was, front page of the New York Post this morning. Open micer turns 40.
Turning 40 is a milestone. Some celebrate with a surprise party, maybe a trip to Vegas, maybe go skydiving. But Tom Myers,
what?
He doesn't.
Are these stereotypes of 40-year-olds?
I think so. I guess he told us.
Vegas
so
and 40. A surprise party I get. But I don't think it's ever like, hey, I'm turning 40. Let's get the boys. Let's get the pussy hounds out to go to Vegas now that we're in our 40s.
To be front and center on stage with all that attention on him. So what's he doing for his 40th? He'll be front and center on stage. They're going to be howling in Hamden.
I didn't get. I was going to say I didn't understand that part.
That was a lot of build up for nothing.
A guy who
it seemed like he was building up to this great line, like that the newscasters always have.
Center on stage with all that attention on him. So what's he doing for his 40th? He'll be front and center on stage.
It seems incomplete. It seems like he just gave up writing that one.
Or it seems like they cut him off.
Yeah, there should have been more there. I mean, you're building up. So let me put myself in the mind of someone that watches local news in Baltimore. So I'm going to say I'm between the ages of 60 and 80 somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see maybe the weather in Baltimore. If I'm a white guy, I probably want to look at crime statistics so I can yell at the television. And this comes on, and I'm thinking, what is this segment?
I'm gonna just start this completely over. Let's get the whole picture here.
This man is turning 40? Honey, get in here. Do you believe this? Tom Myers is 40.
So we don't have like a recurring guy like this around here, do we?
It's hard to say because like there's some Boston comedians that are popular that I would say like aren't necessarily my favorite, but those are guys that have had success for 40 years. You know, the only reason we know Tom Myers is because Cumtown talked about him, and then Carl picked up the torch and ran with it. Like that's the only reason we know who Tom is.
Turning 40 is a milestone. Some celebrate with a surprise party, maybe a trip to Vegas, maybe go skydiving. But Tom Myers, he doesn't want to be front and center on stage with all that attention on him. So what's he doing for his 40th? He'll be front and center on stage.
I don't get it.
So he does not want to be front and center on stage when he's turning 40. So what's he doing? He's going to be front and center on stage.
But it's not even a misdirect. You're just lying.
It's all he wants to do is be front and center.
Hey, Craig doesn't want to be on this podcast today. So where is he on this podcast? I don't get it. I don't understand.
You couldn't tell from the beginning of this episode?
Craig's mailing it in today, so where is he? Honey, get in here. This guy that looks 48, he's turning 40.
I was gonna say he looks like he's about to marry Jeannie Buss.
Oh, poor Jay Moore. That's not nice.
He looks just like Jay Moore.
They're going to be howling in Hamden when it rains.
Okay.
Whoa, we missed a doozy of a line there, it seems like.
That was not even an audience member. That was another comic.
Let me hear it.
Be howling in Hamden. When it.
That's it? They're howling in Hamden? That was the joke?
They're howling in Hamden, and then it shows a comic laughing at themselves harder than anyone in the room is laughing.
Get ready to laugh, Craig, because today I'm whooping in Waltham.
It cuts to some guy.
We have a lot of fun here, folks.
They're going to be howling in Hamden. When it rains, the punchlines pour.
Started doing...
do I hate the local... I might not even bash Tom. I just hate the local news so much.
Someone tell me he does not look like Jay Moore. Tell me right now. They
love puns.
Oh, yeah. When it rains, it pours.
Like if you were opening a pun shop, you'd start by calling the local news and then work outward. You'd be like, these are our easy clients. They're going to be buying puns up all day.
The punchlines pour.
Started doing improvisational stuff at drama classes.
Hold on, I'm sorry. We might not get through this one.
I don't think so.
Go back a little bit.
Yep.
What, does it rain every day there? What the fuck is he talking about? Or is it just, it's raining on his birthday, so we're supposed to feel bad for him?
Is this like a fucking palm tree in the middle of Maryland, by the way?
Hello, Havre de Grace.
Hamden. When it rains, the punchlines pour.
I started doing improvisational stuff at drama classes at Falston High School. Go Cougars.
Do not enter.
Someone name a politician from the 80s.
Oh, no.
Name 3 items you buy at 7-Eleven. Quickly.
At drama classes at Falston High School. Go Cougars.
Do not enter. Now that's a joke. You want to enter the loo room.
I gradually.
What is this guy doing? I haven't understood a word this man has said.
He's acting like Tom Myers has like his wife and kids at knife point.
But I don't even know if he's acting like that. He's saying nonsense phrases.
Tom's
like we start with, hey, this guy you've never heard of is 40. And then he just says, when it rains, the punchlines pour. Because it happens to be raining outside.
And then cuts to a non-punchline and just a comic laughing at themselves. Seems like a treat.
You want to enter the loo room.
I gradually went into doing stand-up when I was a student at Goucher College. Go Gophers.
Little Tommy.
What's he gonna name every mascot?
He's doing it every step of the way. And then I went to a few Ravens game. Go Ravens.
There's turns 40.
Like most people, they say, I'm the first one in my family to go to college. Like, not me. I'm the first one in my family to get yelled at while I'm on stage by some loser playing video poker.
So
that is not an analogous. Those are not two comparable things.
Yeah, it is.
Well, so a lot of people say they're the first person in their family to go to college. But not me. It's like, okay, so what?
Me, I'm the
first person in my family to do a podcast. I'm not referencing that on my birthday because of someone going to college. None of it makes sense, Tom. What's happening here?
Quick side note. When it's your birthday, how do you act?
Is it raining out?
August. Probably not.
Damn. All right. Because if that's the case, I'm howling.
Howling.
And I go to Hamden and I howl. That's where my grandparents are from, actually. Hamden.
There's this kid I work with who just didn't come in on his birthday on Tuesday because it was his birthday.
What do you mean? Midman Enterprises?
Yeah.
Who is this? Name names.
His name is Ben.
Okay, so that's not his name. We've crossed off one name off the list. We know his name is not Ben.
It's not Ben. Well, I was gonna say it, and then I went, well, no, people will be able to find him pretty easily, right. So I'm not gonna do that. But
so he's a birthday bitch.
He's a birthday bitch.
Well, do you guys have a dress code? Because he probably didn't want to come in wearing like a big sash and a crown.
Yeah, he probably couldn't have gotten the elevator with all the stuff he was bringing.
How old is this lady?
It's a guy.
Well, you know what I mean.
I've made fun of his pants for a similar scenario before.
Oh, that's good. A lot of gay bashing going on at Mitcom.
There's more than you'd think. But he's 27. I want to say 28.
That's not 27 is not great, but it's not as bad. People in their 20s are still.
Dude, he didn't come in because it was his birthday and he didn't tell anybody.
That's insane. It's insane. But sadly, I think it's a generational thing, and I feel like our generation probably falls under that.
Yeah, dude, like the lunchroom the last 2 days has just been me making fun of anyone that likes their birthday.
Yeah.
I'm like, when's it become a holiday that you just get the day off? Since when is that a thing?
I think my last 2 birthdays I've been on KMS, and if you're just finding that out, it's because I have prayed no one notices that it's my birthday. I don't want anyone to know about it.
Yep. Well, I think I outed the month at least already, so you get 31 opportunities to guess.
What?
I said August earlier, and you said, "Is it raining?" So
What's happening?
I said they can figure out the birthday. I said you got 31 opportunities to guess.
I don't care if they know my birthday. You're not understanding the reference I was making. I'm saying I don't care if people know it's my birthday. I don't want it celebrated. Is the point?
I do care. I don't want people to know. It's the worst.
Craig is on it today, folks. He's on his A game.
I don't know. Like people that feel like they have to be nicer to you or some shit. I don't like that either.
Well, let's see. Maybe Tom will teach us some birthday lessons.
Maybe.
40.
Like most people, they say, I'm the first one in my family to go to college.
Most people? How is that possible? If it's most, how could they be the first in their family?
That's
just mathematically, it doesn't work out.
Great point. That is a great point.
You know, like most people say, this is in a nutshell, what's wrong with Tommy Myers is he's not like really lived a life. I think he's been a very sheltered guy.
Mm-hmm.
And so like there are things he's heard on like TV and in movies and shit. And so that's a popular trope on television. Like so-and-so is the first person in their family to go to college. And so Tom has heard this on enough television programs that he now says most people say that they're the first person in their family to go to college.
Yeah, but that was also like a 70s and an 80s thing because people didn't go to college. Now it's almost like weird if you don't go to college.
It's hard to not go to college because they make it so like most jobs you need a degree for some bullshit reason.
So fucking stupid.
But Tom is saying now, so we've acknowledge that it's ridiculous to think most people say that. So let's get past that for a second and move on to the fact that he's saying, well, most people say they're the first person in their family to go to college. Not me. I go on stage. And it's like, well, yeah, I mean, I get, but if you were a plumber, you could say I'm the first person that works with toilets. You're not saying an impressive thing here, Tom.
Yeah, most people, not me. I am so bad at what I do. People scream at me and don't pay attention. They'd rather play video poker.
It's 40.
Like most people, they say, I'm the first one in my family to go to college. Like, not me. I'm the first one in my family to get yelled at while I'm on stage by some loser playing video poker.
Wait, what? Why are they watching your show?
Where exactly are you doing stand-up, dude?
They're playing video poker.
That's what I'm saying. Is he like...
Tell them to put their phones away, Tom. This is disrespectful.
Is he trying to do stand-up on like the floor of a casino?
I think he's trying to say he performs at casinos, but again, proof that he does not perform at casinos. They don't line the seats of the theater at Mohegan Sun with video poker.
Imagine doing stand-up and all you just hear is like ding, 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 ding. Like this.
People getting up to turn in their chips.
Yeah. People thought like check drops were bad.
I will say going to even a theater at a casino is frustrating because people don't feel the need to be on time.
Yeah.
You know, so people are still filtering in like the first 5 minutes of the headliner. It's very annoying, which Tom understands. Now, if I can just point this out again, because I'm almost more obsessed with the newscaster than I am Tom.
Right.
Imagine this guy, like, evidently I assume ran to his boss. It was like, big news, everyone. Tom Myers leaving his 30s.
Say goodbye.
What are you still doing here? Get a camera out to have her to grace.
There's a good chance that his boss thought he was talking about like Michael Myers or something. Yeah,
Myers is in town?
Yeah, we should do a story.
40? Yeah. He was on SNL 30 years ago.
We should do a story on that. That's crazy. And then
a wonder kid.
The guy's like, yeah, he was buying Slim Jim, banana.
The generic brand fruit punch.
Well, bong hit transplant.
So the stand-up comic who travels all over has invited his friends from all over to join him Friday night on stage.
When you do comedy, the thrill, hearing people laugh.
And you can do the same material 3 or 4 times.
What are you doing at the Tom Myers show?
The woman that said that was the one cackling at herself, by the way.
Well, that's the strange thing if you listen to the great Tom Myers versus the rest of the world. That's his podcast. What are you laughing at?
I forgot about that.
Yeah. Tom Myers versus the rest of the world. You'll find that Tom might be like the funniest one of his friends. His friends are equally unfunny.
Yep.
So this is the kind of crew he travels with. Like, they'll all laugh at each other because they're insecure, I think.
Real hearing people laugh.
And you can do the same material 3 or 4 times in a night and have it go 3 or 4 completely different ways because the audience is the X factor.
That is a gay dude that looks like a lumberjack. You don't see that very often.
Boy, he really hit the nail on the head, though. Speaking of lumberjacks, guy knows how to hit a nail on the head. Different audiences react differently to the same thing sometimes.
That was very good.
It's crazy. Now, given that answer, this guy is talking about the reaction of a comedy audience. I feel as though we may have gotten away from the fact that a man is turning 40.
Yeah, we got to circle back around to that.
Get the wheels back on track here, buddy.
Factor.
Tom got his funny bone from his granddad and dad.
I love.
Oh, no, Tom. You should speak to a therapist. That sounds horrible. Both of your role models.
You know what's the sad part is he sees this and he's like, I'm gonna make it big.
I think Tom thinks he's very successful.
I would hope if this happened to me, I would hope no one I know sees it.
I wouldn't do it. Like if Fox 25 in Boston was like, hey, we want to do a story on you. No. I'd be like, oh no, if that's okay.
Well, I'd be like fine with it, I think. But
I might do it for like humor's sake.
Yeah, but in Tom's defense,
like, this is great publicity.
In Tom's defense, yeah, I gotta hope that he sees this and goes, ugh, what the fuck is that guy talking about?
I don't think he does. I think this is his big moment.
Yeah, I don't like that.
I loved being on stage, just performing stuff that I'd written, and a bunch of people telling me, just, hey, I like this.
So come.
When have you ever experienced?
No, dude. This is late night open mic, by the way. That's what it's called.
Does it say that? Or
yes,
you just...
It says late night open mic, Tom Myers' birthday show.
Jesus.
That's not great.
Yeah. No, well, I'm when Big J comes to Boston, I believe that sign hangs over the Wilbur Theater as well. It says, Big J open mic, come on in. Whoever wants to.
Dude, right there too, when he's like, yeah, you know, my friends say that he went to say, you could see it, he went to make a P sound, like say, you're pretty, and then he stopped himself and goes, I like it.
You're great, Tom.
Listen,
it's just the voices he hears in his head.
Yeah.
Keep pursuing your dreams, Tom. Let's rewind a little because the transitions in this don't make any sense. We're jumping from at one moment it's raining, then we're talking about crowds, then we're reminded a man is turning 40 and his grandfather's banging him.
Bone from his granddad and dad.
I loved being on stage, just performing stuff that I'd written, and a bunch of people telling me.
It's nothing about his father and grandfather.
I ignore it.
I mean, why would you want to talk about that traumatic experience? But why present? What evidence are you going on, reporter?
Just listen to this next part because it sounds and looks more like he's going to say, they say you're pretty funny, but stops himself and says, I like it.
But it's funny, we're hung up on different things here because I'm fixated on the fact that they're like, well, Tom got his funny bone from his grandfather and dad.
See, this is where I think that Tom has no idea the B-roll.
Oh, I know that. I know Tom's not editing this. I'm focused on this fucker from Baltimore News.
Well, to be fair, though, actually, this Baltimore News guy seems like the Tom Myers of newscasters.
He certainly is, yes.
They're the two Ps.
He doesn't know how to set anything up. He's like, hey, this guy got his funny bone from his dad and grandfather. And then you show a clip of him being like, my friends think I'm funny. Why are we hearing about his ancestry then?
You would assume he'd be like, yeah, when I was young, my dad would tell me, or he let me
I
read.
used to perform around the house, or my dad would show me comedy albums.
My dad and I used to read the comic strips in the newspaper or something like that.
Right.
But nope. Just go right to friends. Maybe they're the same people. Maybe his friends are his parents.
It takes a village.
Stage, just performing stuff that I'd written, and a bunch of people telling me, just, hey, I like this.
So come from.
That's why.
Hey, you're going to quit, right?
I love, performing stuff I written and people go, hey, I like this.
Hey, you're not going to do this for strangers, are you?
This is just, we're playing video games in the basement, talking about girls, but you're being funny-ish.
Hey, it's great. You're not going to do it for anyone outside of this room, right? That was just for us.
You don't think you're going to draw, right?
Being on stage, just performing stuff that.
Here's the thing, though. If Tom had the right marketing,
we've talked about this.
His next album would be called Hello, Havre de Grace.
Yeah, Hello, Havre de Grace. And you've said this in the past, too, billing himself as the worst comedian in the world.
Or the best, whichever. Say the world's greatest comedian, Tom Myers.
Right.
You could be ironic, And then, you do your new material, and then you close with Bong Hit Transplant.
Yeah, it's his Hot Pockets.
Yeah. Tommy, he's selling out theaters.
At the end of his podcast, does he say, this episode is brought to you by Bong Hit Transplant?
I'm waiting for Hillary. Have you ever heard his Hillary Clinton joke? I'm sure we played it.
Probably. I don't remember.
He talks about, mind you, in 2013 or something, thereabouts, he has a joke on his album about Bill Clinton and Monica Lewinsky. Naturally. Okay, it was topical. We were still, as a nation, thinking about it and healing from it. And then he said his joke is, he goes, well, you just know that if Hillary gets into office, she's going to want to get back at Bill for all the shit he pulled. That's why I'm going to apply to be an intern. Implying he wants to lick Hillary Clinton's pussy. He wants to get fucked in the mouth by Bill, I think, is actually what it is. I don't know if we did 2, 3, or 4. Me, you, and Mike did a few things on him, and I don't remember. We did 2. Was it 2? Because I remember he quote tweeted part 1. Right. And then we listened. We were blocked after that. Yeah, I think he retweeted it, then listened to it. Yeah. And then I should check the Patreon back end and see if he was ever a patron. just to listen to it. Just pay to get beaten down. See what it is. Yeah.
Loved being on stage, just performing stuff that I'd written, and a bunch of people telling me, just, hey, I like this. So come Friday night, you'll scream.
Hey, this was fine.
Yeah, you spoke well.
Oh, you're something.
I think you got a better career option being a slam poet or something.
Yeah. You should bring up Reaganomics more topical references like that.
A bunch of people telling me, just, hey, I like this.
So come Friday night, you'll scream, stop, my belly hurts.
Well, you'll say one of those words. Stop, please.
You'll say stop real loudly.
Stop it, Tom. This newscaster is the worst.
Hold on, let me
stop, my belly hurts.
I was just gonna say, let me take that for a spin. Ooh, stop, Tom. My tummy hurts.
I've been to a lot of comedy shows in my day. I've never heard that noise come out of someone.
I've heard stop.
Stop, my belly hurts.
Stop, my belly hurts.
All right, that's going in the outro.
Yeah, you're right.
That's going to literally be the very end of the outro.
All right, very good.
It stands for Wojciechowski, like where's your house key?
It's a rush.
Oh, whoa, my fucking God.
What was that?
That was the lady.
I felt like we had been infiltrated. I didn't know what was happening.
Nope. Believe it or not, same
All right,
story.
rewind. I want to hear this guy's belly hurt again, and we'll go from there.
Stop, my belly hurts.
It stands for Wojciechowski, like where's your house key?
It's a rush. Like
What
it's,
stands for Wojciechowski?
Oh my God. Oh, they did him so dirty.
What is the joke?
No. Right after that, there's a thing. It shows Tom Myers on stage, but zooms out to show 0 people are watching.
Oh, no. Really?
Oh, no.
That has to be like a camera guy and or editor being like, they sent us out here for this bull. Fuck him.
Yeah. Tom and the newscaster are going to be very disappointed when they see the final product of this.
I think they're both so delusional that the newscaster probably called Tom the next day and was like, Tommy, we did it.
Fucking getting it on air, bud.
We pulled it off. Tom, I'm going to free up this line because your life's about to change, my friend.
Scream, stop, my belly hurts.
It stands for Wojciechowski, like where's your house key?
it's a rush.
I'm focused on that. What the fuck does that mean?
I need to see the rest of her set.
It stands for Wojciechowski. Like, I'm trying to think. Let me, I know a lot of acronyms have been thrown out lately, but I'm trying to think of them. CBS stands for Columbia Broadcast Systems, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
That's not like anything else.
Like car battery system, you know?
Yeah, it's not like that. It stands for Wojciechowski, like where's your house key? It's not like that.
Now
whatever the fuck you're talking about.
The chat is now questioning this woman's real gender, and I don't think that's right.
No. We're focused on Tom Myers.
I do have it paused.
Who is all man, by the way.
I do have the screen currently paused with him on stage and 0 people around.
Well, let's hear.
Yeah, it's not great.
Like it's.
Oh,
like
have her
it's
to grace.
At least there was people there for that.
rush. Like it's an absolute high.
This is the kind of stuff I do when I'm doing my stand-up material, although I don't necessarily think it's appropriate for the local news. That's right.
It is
That sounded good.
unlike anything else.
Whoa, you got 3 laughs.
That sounded. I don't know if I'm just going off of there being no laughs aside from the comic herself.
That's what I'm saying. It's the comic, and you can hear that newscaster's laugh.
Yeah, he's there.
My belly hurts.
That'd be great if he said that. You could hear the back. Stop.
He's trying to work a catchphrase in.
Yeah, stop, and then the whole crowd. My belly hurts.
He works it in like he covers like a children's hospital. The kids here were screaming, "Stop! My belly hurts." But now here's another question I have with this.
Mm-hmm.
Why it's Tom Myers' big birthday?
His
bash.
huge birthday bash. Yep.
Why? So I don't give a fuck about these other comics.
They're his friends.
I want to see Tom.
There's always an opener. He's got to have his openers.
We haven't been introduced to his friends. They're not saying their names or anything. It's like it's Tom Myers' day.
Actually, you know what? I got to go back because I think when they were their little slight interview thing, I don't even think they put their name on the screen.
That's what I'm saying.
I'll have to go back and look.
I wonder if it was Tom Myers' day in Hamden or Havertide or wherever the fuck they are.
Let's see. I'm going to go back real quick. Yep.
The
Nope.
mayor gives him a key to the city.
They do not put their names on the camera. I mean, on screen. That's fucking hilarious.
Damn. Everything would have changed. Their phones would be ringing off the hook today.
So that's not Tom in a wig. No, it's not. That's mean.
I wouldn't know. I can't see.
Absolute
Consider yourself lucky.
high.
This is the kind of stuff I do when I'm doing my stand-up material, although I don't necessarily think it's appropriate for the local news. That's right.
It is unlike anything else.
Okay, now I have a theory.
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe anything preceded that line. I think that was shot for the news.
Well, I don't
think that was part of his act.
I think he did what he would probably consider a nasty joke.
No, but what I'm saying is, I think they were like, "Hey, get back up there and maybe say something about the news." You know, give us a real zinger.
Professor Snope said, I thought it was Tom versus the rest of the world, not Tom and friends against the world.
It's Tom Myers versus the rest of the world. But I think if you're his friend, maybe you identify as Tom Myers.
That's true. You have to.
Like we are all one. We are all Tom.
He's the local comic everyone's jealous of.
Oh, for sure. They go to him for guidance, I would think. That's the greatest thing when he goes at he does this with Carl now too, but he would go back at like Nick Mullen. Like the Come Town guys would make fun of him. And he would go like, "Oh, like I really care what open micer Nick Mullen says." And they're like, "Yeah, those guys are making like $100,000 a month, so
each
they're doing all right."
Like every 4 seconds, their bank they like go into a new tax bracket.
It is unlike anything else. And then they applaud. They applaud.
There's 3 people.
Happy 40th, funny man. That's tomorrow.
Oh man, Mike, if your eyes could see this, oh my God, it's so bad.
Why would you show this? I'm putting myself in the shoes of the newsman. I'm saying, "Hey, Tom, I'm so sorry. You know, I feel bad that we came out here, but this is not usable." You know, I'm not going to throw him under the bus.
I got to be honest, the applause, I think I'm going to, True Crime Craig's going to come out here. I think these people's hands that they're showing clap are the comics.
Oh, obviously, yeah. But you thought it was the audience?
Well, no, because it's zoomed in on 3 people clapping, and
yeah, no, those are the comics for sure.
Oh no, it definitely is. No, 1,000% is actually.
Yeah, no, I just assumed it was.
I did not. All right, so now I'm gonna take back everything I said. I wouldn't be part of this at all. Not even a little bit. Hey, we need you to clap and pretend like people came. Sure. All right.
But then listen to this guy. Now he sounds like he's taunting Tom or something. Yeah, Happy birthday, funny guy.
It's actually Nick Mullen's uncle or something.
They applaud. They applaud.
Happy 40th, funny man. Oh, that's tomorrow night at 8 o'clock down at the Lou's room down there.
What's tomorrow night?
Tom Myers' birthday celebration show.
Okay, so I was right. This was all, they showed up at a... Hold on.
This aired yesterday.
But you're missing the point.
Mm-hmm.
When it aired, he says, tomorrow night, go see Tom's birthday show.
Yep.
So what they did is, these, 5 comics or however many there are.
3.
Showed up purposely at an empty venue.
Yep.
And pretended they were on stage.
Oh, this is so bad.
For the camera.
This is so bad. I got to be honest, though. I don't think more people are going to be at the real one.
Oh, no, yeah, no, I'm sure. But it's way worse. If there's a show and no one showed up, I'd feel kind of bad. This is worse, where way they probably went during the day.
I have to be honest, dude. If I didn't have a family or kids or anything, I would end the stream and come to your house right now, and we'd be heading down there.
The great Justin Trudell has suggested this to me once, that we drive to Baltimore to see Tom Myers.
I'm not against it.
If he's ever in Boston, we're absolutely going.
There is no doubt.
That's way more. The laughs I got from Brendan Schaub, I would laugh so much harder at Tom Myers.
I would laugh at everything he said.
Well, we would have to plan to not laugh at one thing so we could hear him go, ooh, guess that was too much for you guys.
See, I don't know if I could do that. I can't promise anything. Everything that comes out of Tom Myers' mouth is the funniest shit I've ever heard in my life.
It's gold. But yeah, that's way weird. The fact that they're like, hey, you 5 come down to this bar at noon on a Wednesday, and we're going to film. We're going to pretend you're performing for a crowd.
Oh, that's so bad.
And then the other 4 of you clap while one of you is on stage.
Now I need to know who the fuck was belly laughing at that stage joke.
Ouch! My belly hurts.
Oh, man. Worcester has a club. We need to beg the club to book him. I think that's Dick Doherty's.
Me and my buddy Mike used to make this we would pitch this fake movie series where it was like a classically hack movie. Mm-hmm. And I remember sending him one idea and he replied, "Ouch, you just hit my funny bone." And that's what I thought of listening to this guy.
Oh my God.
Well, happy birthday, Tom Myers. Happy 40th.
Yeah.
You don't look a day over 53.
He looks like Jay Moore. His jokes are worse. I love him.
Yeah, he's great. All right, so Tom Myers down. We covered Tom Myers.
Yep.
Now, want to hit Richard Ojeda real quick? This is a quick one.
I was going to say, I think we need a laugh.
This is a quick one. Dick Ojeda, very brief. I'm disappointed he has these interviewers on, although it was funny. He had a lady on, and he kept saying, I guess she ran for some local office, and he kept going, "Man, you are really fierce. You are fierce." You can tell he deals with a woman so much differently than he does a man.
Yeah.
And then he's like, "So why don't you tell us something about, trying to win an election?" And she's like, "Well, I did lose by a wide margin." So
I got fucking crushed. There was no hope. It was one of those elections where, if you're watching the news coverage of elections and it's like, all right, polls close in 3, 2, 1, and we're projecting that blah, blah, blah has defeated Richard Ojeda. Like one of those instant ones.
Well, so, so with the interviews, he's not as like animated, which is disappointing. And then he closes the show with, he'll go, "Hey, we got any hate mail today?" And they'll play the fucking Trump drop. and then he'll read the hate mail. Literally, he calls it hate mail.
Yep.
He solicits hate mail, he'll tweet out, like, "Send me your hate mail." And then this is how he's like, "Richard, you were so spot on about the Trump documents." How is this hate mail? But there is one silver line. There's one thing we keep coming back to, and I feel like we have to keep pointing it out until Richard fixes it, because it seems like possibly our advice is getting back to him, because this is the first time he's ever reacted to it.
Correct. I love this segment because all it does is boost my value.
Yeah. Say what you want about this program. We don't have drops randomly inserted. So this has been a common thing we've talked about, but this is the first time he's addressing it. So maybe our advice is getting back to Richard, and he's going to start laying down the hammer.
And this guy, if he deserves to not be above the law, then he should go down for this. But the Republicans ran basically saying that if they win, they're going to stop. You got the roll call thing popping up. It's not the roll call.
Sorry, sir.
Okay, no problem. They said they would.
It's not the roll call. I'm actually just mid-conversation.
I wonder if that's like an army guy producing, because he's like, "I'm sorry, sir."
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I noticed he was very polite, but I didn't think about that. That's very possible.
Or even better, he goes, "I need you to call me sir on air."
Show a little goddamn respect. I also don't know where the girl went. I have not seen her.
Well, have you seen her performance?
We have a meme transition.
Was there any good memes in this episode? Probably not. If we didn't.
Yeah, actually, I mean, there were definitely memes. I'm trying to think. He named one. And it was basically like, I mean, I didn't include it because I didn't want to get super political, but now I'm kicking myself because I'm forgetting exactly what it was. But it's basically like, I am not black, but I care about police brutality. I am not a woman, but I care about abortion. That shit. And he just lists things for like a minute and a half. That was the whole meme. And I was just watching it like, what is this segment?
Well, you forget what the segment's called? Here, I'll show you.
And this guy, if he deserves to not be above the law, then he should go down for this. But the Republicans ran basically saying that if they win, they're going to stop. You got the roll call thing popping up. It's not the roll call.
I didn't hear that the first time. You got the roll call thing popping up. Yeah, it's only about the 8,000th time you've done that, jackass.
And it's the loudest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
Saying that if they win, they're going to stop. You got the roll call thing popping up. It's not the roll call.
It's not the roll call. You can tell he's seething.
He looks pissed and then he blinks a ton.
So Richard's been disappointing. He doesn't read the chat live anymore. By the way, roll call, if you're wondering what that is, he spends the first 5 minutes of his show just like, it would be me going like, box eating dad in New York. Thanks for coming by. Chef Lewis, Rhode Island. You're here.
I can do that real quick.
Doing that for 5 minutes.
Yeah,
Just naming people in his chat.
Yeah, we got Roscoe, the Warthog, Box Eating Dad, Professor Snopes is here. Whole gang. This damn jackaloon.
So we don't have a ton of Richard Ojeda stuff, unfortunately. We got to make him send in, I'm imploring you people, send in some mail that he will read. You got to code it for him to read it.
Yeah, send in mail with
shit we will understand, but he will not.
Correct.
So that's your mission, gearheads. Get to work.
You know, I got people they're trying to get him to attack me on Twitter.
Richard?
Yeah, I get tagged in a whole bunch of shit. People be like, "That's not what he said about you." And like,
that's good. He would hate you.
He would fucking hate me. But everyone's trying to get. They want Jerry and him to do an interview.
That would be awesome.
It would be the best thing to ever happen.
Oh, both the veins in each of their foreheads would be fucking bulging.
Because he'll do like kindergarten things like, "Oh, you jackaloon," and then Jerry would like the real Jerry would come out and he'd start saying terrible shit.
Maggot, jagaloon, they're just getting they're stuck in a loop.
Yeah, Chef Lewis wants to know, is there a strange delay from wherever his producers are? I mean,
no, because the other drops are on time. If it's a delay, it's a 5-minute delay. This is well into the podcast.
That was definitely an accidental button push.
Yeah, but it happens every episode.
All the time.
It's crazy.
Yeah. I think it was roll call last time too?
Yes. Yeah. Roll call is the one that's mistimed. I believe the memes one is where there's a lot of silence. There's a long gap usually.
We have a meme transition.
Yeah, so I'll keep an eye on Richard, but he hasn't, unfortunately, he hasn't had any meltdowns lately. So that's what we need is a Jerry v. Ojeda debate.
Oh, I would love it.
I wonder if he would, I bet Ojeda would do it.
Jerry definitely
He hasn't
would.
blocked you or anything on Twitter, has he?
No.
Yeah, you got to get a hold of him.
Because Jerry would definitely do it.
Yeah, you got to get a hold of him. Tell Jerry it'd be great to have on. I bet he would do it.
I'm like, you got to have this guy. You guys will start screaming. It'll go viral. It'll be awesome.
Yeah.
It would be the best thing ever. Talk about worlds colliding at full force.
All right. Who should we go to? Which one of our friends should we check in on next?
Well, we got Dalia, Swalwell if you want to do that, and then this egg video.
The egg video. We also have Aubrey Huff.
Aubrey Huff.
And I played that Alec Baldwin video on WATS last night.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if we have time at the end, we could watch it again, though.
Oh,
so I think you'll enjoy it.
Oh, and there was some other Instagram videos.
Oh, I say you Chad Zumach too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll get to that. Oh, but no, this is actual news here with Chris D'Elia, so I want to get to this first. Let's play our old pal Chris D'Elia, just because I thought it was very interesting.
I purposely didn't watch this one.
You remember we talked about, well, obviously the documentary, the Chris D'Elia problem, went semi-viral on YouTube, and I've heard a lot of everyone in the comedy world has watched it. Because I've heard a lot of people reference it the last few weeks. And then Chris did the bizarre episode with his wife. Then out of nowhere, he announces he went to rehab secretly. And then, very weird. Apparently, he hasn't watched the documentary because he hasn't addressed it. But one of the things they brought up in this documentary, that it was very strange for a guy to run a sex cult secretly, and his YouTube channel is called Super Cult. Chris D'Elia's Super Cult.
Mm-hmm.
That is a little unusual. So let's play. We got a bit of an update on that here.
Tip, and we're keeping it real. You know what I mean? I got my water bottle, and I'm drinking Arrowhead water. Everyone always makes fun of me for drinking Arrowhead water.
I got my coffee.
They say that it's not good, but I disagree. Cool. I don't have COVID. You know,
I have to point out he looks fucked up.
I imagine he's pretty stressed. Oh, so here's another thing he dropped in this podcast. I guess his wife is pregnant.
Oh, God. Damn it.
With their second child.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so he's got her duped, apparently.
She's the dumbest human. I'm almost going to stop feeling bad for her.
I mean, hey, I don't know what they're... Maybe we're all wrong and she sees something we don't. But yeah, it seems pretty crazy to me.
Fucking stupid.
Cool. I don't have COVID. Well, first of all, let's actually do this. We appreciate you guys listening. And actually, let's do this. We changed the name of the thing because cult was for sure shadow banned. Let's subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed.
What it was, Chris? It wasn't that everyone pointed out that you have a sex cult?
Was it a sex cult?
All of a sudden, well, that's what everyone was calling it.
Right.
And they pointed out how weird it was that his YouTube channel is named. Now he's like, hey, the term cult is shadow banned on YouTube. That's the one thing is like YouTube does some annoying censorship shit.
Yeah. Jerry
but
Callahan.
It gives people like a carte blanche to be like, well, it's YouTube's fault. I'm not raping women. It's YouTube.
So on Jerry's show, we have 2 YouTube accounts because we're constantly getting suspended just for talking about the vaccine or whatever.
I'm too edgy.
They straight up fucking snapped their fingers and deleted us off the face of the planet, one of our accounts the other day.
Well, good. That's good. It's about time.
Because we were calling it the Jerry's cult.
It's too dangerous. Oh, really?
No.
I was like, what are the chances?
Now that you mention it. I think that's pretty clever, though, saying that it was shadow banned.
Yeah, it was YouTube. Let me hear the rest of it.
I was like, the 12-year-old girls that you're aiming towards will definitely buy that.
The weirdest thing. All of a sudden, YouTube is censoring the word cult just because I'm a possible pedophile.
And actually, let's do this. We changed the name of the thing because cult was for sure shadow banned. Let's subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel on YouTube. Audio's going fine. YouTube, let's make sure you're adding to the you're adding to the algorithm. Drop down a comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification. Actually, if you hit the bell notification, it would really help because that's what we want to do here at Congratulations. We need to build this log cabin, and we can't build this log cabin if we're not building the cult. So we have to just keep building on this. It's all about building.
You slipped up already.
Whoops.
So women get in line.
He has his fingernails painted.
He mentions that. I think it might have been his kid or something. He does, in all fairness, he mentions that at the start.
Okay, thank God.
But I just think it's interesting that like evidently the numbers are struck because you hear them there like, well, people are listening, but the YouTube numbers, I don't know what's going on. And it's like, so I'm assuming he's been getting shit about his YouTube numbers or something. And he's blaming the fact that it was called a cult. When in reality, it might be because a bunch of people saw a documentary where girls are like, yeah, he was basically forcing me to do shit and then threatened to kill himself if I didn't oblige.
Well, I can probably tell you exactly what happened. He went away forever because of this, right? So he comes back and everyone's curious as to what he said. So the numbers are huge. And then they stick around for a little because they're not sure what he's going to say. And then he never addresses it. So they all just slowly go away after a while.
I mean, that makes more sense than thinking YouTube is after years of this show being around. One day YouTube just randomly says, hey, the word cult is in this channel. We're going to, no one's going to be able to see it anymore.
You know what? You can't have that. I think it's still called that though.
No, it's called Super Good now.
I'm almost, when I ripped this video, it still said Super Cult.
Well, then he's a liar, but it was changed when I looked.
I believe you. I'm going to go with that. I believe you.
Thanks. So that's our Chris D'Elia news. Yeah, you know what? I did want to play a couple Chad Zumach clips because I don't know if Carl, my good buddy and co-host of Who Are These Socials, now on Apple and Google, not Spotify.
Spotify's keeping it down.
But go subscribe if you'd be so kind. Leave a 5-star review. But Chad Zumach has been going after Carl, and we haven't really talked about him much on this show, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
I think the only time we talked about Chad was when he called them, he said they're not the cool kids.
Oh, no, that's the guy from Anthony and Opie, right? That we did.
What? Oh, yeah. He couldn't remember. Yeah, who's that? He's from...
Anthony and Opie, whatever the hell that little show was.
Oh, no, you're thinking of Tony Michaels, actually.
I thought it was Zumach. Was he not? Was he on that?
Zumach does the same type of shit. But no, he loves Kumia. He tries to kiss Kumia's ass every chance he gets. That's what this whole beef is he's jealous that Carl is close with Kumia.
Oh.
So the only reason I wanted to interject today is because Carl played this on his podcast. Chad started going after Carl's wife.
What?
Just like out of nowhere. And I mean, I guess to be totally fair, Jenny Jingles, Carl's wife, is on the show from time to time.
Right.
So technically she's involved in that world and everything. Mm-hmm. But still, he started like going after her looks and shit, which is just like out of nowhere. And so I just wanted to show you guys, I do a show with Carl. You guys know he's a funny guy. But I just wanted to give you guys the proper, you should know whose side to take in this war. And I wanted to show you how funny Chad could be as well. So I just went on his Instagram and found a couple quick displays of his humor.
Oh, I got the sound turned off.
South Seas. It was my favorite movie growing up because I could identify with that movie. Single parent mom raising her child, new school district.
Just start over. Because I think he's talking about the Karate Kid. But this is, on the list of analogies, it's one of the great ones.
It was my favorite movie growing up because I could identify with that movie. Single parent mom raising her child, new school district, getting beat up by bullies in high school, learning karate from his Asian landlord, beating up the bad guys and getting the girl in the end. I could identify with that movie growing up, except I never learned karate. So basically I got my ass all throughout high school, and I never got the girl in the end. And my mom was f***ing the landlord.
Whoa, this guy is zany.
Yikes.
It's, an example of great humor is when you can do it with literally anything. Like, hey, I relate to Brad Pitt, except I'm not handsome or an actor. It's like, yeah, I guess, Chad, my life is exactly like the Karate Kids, except it isn't.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you something about that video we just watched?
What's that?
Rob O'Neill, the guy who killed Bin Laden, liked that video.
Really?
Yes.
What a bizarre fact.
I just wanted to tell you.
Well, hey, he is a hero, so he knows comedy, I assume.
I thought that was going to go somewhere.
I'm a lot like the guy that shot Bin Laden, except I've never been in combat and I have bad eyes.
Cherry is going to be jealous. Yeah.
We got to get this Zumach guy on.
How do you know him?
He's got buzz.
He's a hero.
All right, so let's play. He also kind of dabbles in sketch. I've mentioned, obviously, we talked about like Gillian Keeves have amazing sketches. I mentioned Ryan Long a lot, has very good sketches on Instagram. And Chad's kind of in that same space. He's a very funny, creative guy who does things like this.
I'm Chad Zumach with Aldi Grocery Store. Founded in 1946, Aldi is the nation's leading low-price grocer with nearly 1,300 stores in 32 states. We strive to provide cheap shit for all you broke-ass motherfuckers out there. Most grocery stores provide...
the writing is great. The writing is superb. It's not like he just gave up and threw a curse word in there. Oh, you broke ass mother. Wouldn't it be funny if I said something vulgar here?
He's talking right to me. I shop at Aldi all the time.
I mean, he's literally talking to you because he's such an edgelord, just like you guys on Very Good Show.
This is erroneous. I've heard you've been contacted about that, by the way.
I have?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
By someone who might be in this live chat right now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Box eating dad.
Oh. I thought you meant like a... Okay.
Shopping bag.
Mail showed up in my house or something.
yeah, there's definitely some white powder in your envelopes. Look out.
And shopping carts. At Aldi, fuck you. We charge $0.25 every time you get a shopping cart. Because, hey, how else are we going to keep the lights on in this place giving you shit this cheap?
See, that's the type of guy Chad is, where he's just like literally when he was going after Carl's wife, he goes, she's a Rochester too. And then he goes on to say, because we all know what that means, right? He's calling her ugly, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And then he goes on to say, which is a really mean thing to call someone. Like, people are going to be shocked by me saying that, but she is. Like, she's a Rochester too. And, like, that's a mean thing to say. It's like, well, okay, Chad, you're very edgy.
Jesus.
But that's what he does. Like, he doesn't think about writing something funny. He's like, if I say fuck here and badass and bitch, then I'm going to get a laugh.
So you're telling me that there's a good possibility that next week he's going to go down to a local nursing home and just say cunt in the lobby until he's kicked out?
That would be pretty wild, I think. Yeah. You're on the right path.
Is there more to this one? I can't tell. It's Instagram.
Let's see.
The beautiful thing about shopping at Aldi is you don't know if the stuff's open or not. It's like a scavenger hunt here. We strive in generic...
If I can understand it, it's a little highbrow for me. He's in a grocery store and saying it's not well run? Is that the bit?
No. Yeah, one of the boxes was open. I've never seen that at a Stop and Shop in my life.
But you're saying, no, that's not what the bit is? It's well run? I don't understand.
He's saying it's for broke people because, like, the shopping carts, you can't get one unless you put a quarter into it. You get the quarter back after, but...
I get it might just be a difference of like comedy styles. Like when I watch Gillian Keeves or the stuff that Ryan Long and Danny Polishchuk do.
Funny stuff, right?
I like, Shane and McKeever, they tackle things that haven't really been done before, or maybe things that have been done before, but in a way that hasn't been done. And Ryan Long has a lot of interesting social commentary, you know, and good observations. And this is a little different, maybe it's just not for me. But my assessment of this is that it's basically, hey, this store sucks, huh, gang?
Yeah, Roscoe says this bit is about a broke-ass store for broke-ass people.
Right. So basically, you just went into like a Dollar General.
It is a cheaper grocery store.
Can you imagine, guys, if a place
good cuts of meat
in a poorer neighborhood wasn't as well run as maybe something in the suburbs? Wouldn't that be crazy?
I honestly don't know what he's going for. I don't even know if that's actually it.
It's horrible. I don't know. I mean, like maybe me and Carl will have to break this down because we'll do it on Who Are These Socials because Carl, I think, understands. He's more of a Chad fan that can explain to me what this is.
Brands such as Fit and Active S'mores, because if you're looking to stay in shape, what's better than a s'more? Most grocery stores have sections. We don't waste our time. We just put it anywhere. For example, what other grocery store can you get wasp and hornet spray, ranch dressing, and flour in one aisle?
He brought two things to a different thing to make this joke work.
He is skewering this grocery store.
Yesterday's milk. Today's cottage cheese.
Damn! He roasted their dairy section!
I don't even get that. What's he fucking trying to say?
He's saying that their milk stays out for a while. It's expired.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. I'm glad he's being...
By the way, we got to get to this egg shortage shit as well.
I'm glad he's being factual with this stuff.
Yeah.
Expired a week ago, but don't worry. All fixed.
Who knew we had a produce section? Even better. Aldi's never discriminates. Even black people can shop here. I don't give a fuck. At Aldi, smoking, really human trafficking, shoplifting, anything goes if you're in our rewards program. Hi, I'm Chad Zoom.
Yeah, okay.
It just ends.
Mid-sentence.
Yeah, so Chad's a very funny guy. I'm sure he gets a lot of hot ass when he's playing to 7 people in Florida. But
people think I'm getting defensive because I shopped there.
I just wanted to play a little Chad Zuma just because I didn't like when people start getting into like your family and shit. It's like, what the fuck are you doing, man?
Yeah,
like he's a loser.
Now I got to worry about people going after my kids on this show.
What are you talking about?
Chad's going to hear this and he's going to come after me.
Oh, he might. Yes,
that'd be bad.
That's true. I'll send him I'll say, look for the
minivan with the veterans plates.
Look for the bronze plated statues.
Yeah. Coney Manor, dude.
Yeah, let's play a little bit of this egg shortage shit because I've had enough, frankly. It's getting to be. I was called crazy. People said, "Oh, there goes Mike prattling on about nonsense again." Now listen to this bitch. This lady owns chickens. And I got to tell you, anyone that owns chickens, I'm inclined to believe on this matter.
With the egg situation, everybody keeps asking me, why is the price of eggs so high? Everybody knows that they're extremely ungodly right now, right? Well, here's a chicken conspiracy for you that's not really a conspiracy. It's being confirmed not only here in our house.
I like that she's holding the chickens in the video to be like, I mean, do you trust me now?
Yeah, let me put this thing right next to this microphone. They don't make annoying noises.
If you're wondering how credible I am, this is a chicken.
It'd be great if it was like pigeons.
All over the nation. And nobody said anything about it because we all just assumed it was winter. They stopped laying in the winter as much. And come to find out that everybody across the nation stopped getting eggs from their chickens altogether. Nobody got a single egg all winter from there. Everybody's reporting end of September to...
Shut the fuck up! You chickens?
The chicken... Yeah, we got it. You own them. Can you let it go now, please?
It was a good visual aid so that we trust you, but let's move on.
There's a coop behind her and a bunch of chickens everywhere.
Like mid-October, the chickens stopped laying, and ours stopped laying in September. We hadn't had a single egg all winter. Well, we discovered, we have a little escape artist here, Luna, our white leghorn there. She can get out of the coop and just, we can't contain her. Anyway, she started laying again about a month ago.
Women, and I understand this is stereotyping and that's wrong. Women are horrendous storytellers.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, just the word. How many details do you think you need to give us?
I'm glad you said it. I started paying bills in the middle of this video already. I was checked out.
Don't give us commentary on these chicks. Well, anyways, because this bitch is gonna yammer on about God knows shopping and purses and God knows what. But the point is, they're poisoning chicken feed now. Chickens aren't laying eggs.
Motherfuckers.
Why, you ask?
I'll tell you why.
Gouge us on egg prices.
That and, all these food processing plants burning down around the world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
so
Bill,
I'm just trying.
It's Bill Gates.
I'm on the beat. For a while, I resisted. Everyone was like, Mike, you're not the hero we deserve, but the hero we need right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't sure if I was up for the task, but I'm taking it on full force. So there needs to be a voice for this egg shortage.
It's going to be...
Because I'm like myself, some scrambled eggs in the morning.
Scrambled eggs are great.
And I'm not going to be paying $20 a carton, for Christ's sake.
I felt very nice. I had hard-boiled eggs for breakfast this morning, and I felt like I was big-timing everyone.
So get out there, folks, and write your local congressman and just say, we're on to you.
They banned the trading of chickens in my state last year. What?
What does that mean?
Someone just wrote that in the comments. A new guy, someone I haven't seen before.
Where do you live?
Where do you live? Tell us all about it. I'm curious if that's true.
What's your address?
You fucking with us? You coming in here and just messing us up? If that's true, that would be fucking crazy.
You Team Zumak? Coming in here and fucking with our chickens?
Craig liked the black joke.
I noticed that. I noticed. And what I really hated about it is all he said was, black, and Craig started laughing. There wasn't even really a joke behind it. He was like, "Oh, he's making fun of black people. I'm supposed to laugh now."
He was holding a watermelon Kool-Aid and a rack of ribs.
Oh boy, that's never been done before.
That's kind of why I was laughing. I was like, "Come on."
Craig's harkening back to the 70s.
Shock jock, edgelord.
He is an edgelord. Mm-hmm. Craig is the edgiest guy. Craig's probably the only guy willing to have Zumock on because he's the only one that won't be afraid of what he's going to say.
Yeah, where do you get off and then just let him go?
Craig and the boys will be in blackface while eating watermelon when Chad's on. Oh, mammy, they say. That's their catchphrase over there.
Oh, mammy. That's kind of funny.
You should make it your tag.
Yeah, no.
I'll
avoid that one.
What else do we got here? Can we look at Aubrey Huff's tweets?
Sure can. I'm so glad Jerry got into this today too, and I was like, good.
Oh, did he?
Because this is it was funny because he's like, go ahead and find me one person that actually thinks that Damar Hamlin like believes in this. And I popped up.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say he was Team Aubrey.
No. But I immediately pulled this tweet up and he goes, "Oh, you found one guy." I go, "That's what you told me to do."
I said, find me 7 guys. Well, you know what's funny is a year ago at this time, a vaccinologist named Robert Malone went on the Joe Rogan Experience.
Sure did.
And did what I thought was a very good episode. Mm-hmm. Kind of refuting some of the things, we thought about the vaccine. I thought it was an interesting episode.
He does have 9 patents on the mRNA vaccine.
He does. And I thought it was so interesting and so credible that it sent me down a fucking rabbit hole of literally I made a Getter account and started really getting into vaccine conspiracies and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And, I sort of realized that was getting annoying and I stopped talking about it. And ever since then, we haven't really talked a lot of cancel culture or any of that shit. We kind of shifted gears in what the focus of this show is, I feel like.
Yeah, we haven't done that in a while.
And because of that, I've been getting comments recently from one particular individual who will tweet shit say the Kirk Minahan show tweets something about me. This gentleman will reply do you think Mike will be able to go one day without shoehorning his liberal bullshit into the show?
Interesting.
I was like, yeah, you nailed me. I'm Mr. Political.
And Mr. Liberal.
I am a big liberal now. So
you did get the vaccine, so
of course I did eventually. I caved, as Montante said.
Did he?
So of course I'm going to be anti-Aubrey Huff here. But the guy who sent it to me, shout out to him, but I forget his name was Roy or Ryan. I forget. I apologize, sir.
Roscoe?
No, it was someone else. That's how many. If it's an R name, it has to be one guy. That's a listener of the show.
I just saw him in the chat, so I was. Is it him?
No, just some guy sent it to me, and he was like, he goes, Aubrey Huff is what liberals want every Republican to be.
That's exactly correct.
Yeah. So he's talking about Damar Hamlin. What was he saying about it?
He said, "Isn't it weird that Buffalo Bills' Damar Hamlin was the biggest story for 2 weeks? Now we have media silence. Not a social media post from him, picture or live video. Something fishy. At NFL is either covering up his death or he's in bad shape."
But there was a live video, no? Wasn't that a video? I mean, you can say it wasn't him, I guess, but wasn't that a video of him?
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, it was. That's why this conspiracy is fucking hilarious.
I feel like you think it's not Damar. I think
no.
Think Damar Hamlin's
No. This is my favorite conspiracy theory because it's so funny. Because it's obviously just not going to happen. You're not going to get the family and the team and everyone to do it,
right?
But the fact that they cut to him during the game and you can't see shit because it's snowing. It's just the guy's hands making the heart. And they're like, "See, there he is." And then it cuts away.
Also, in a sick way, I feel like the NFL, not that they would want this to happen, but like say DeMar Hamlin died. That's like good ratings for the NFL.
It's better.
As sick as that sounds. Like, I don't know that how much they would hate that, you know?
Yeah, they revived him on the field, and Goodell was like, "Damn it!" And then he died in the ambulance again, and he took a breath. He's like, "Oh, thank God!" And then they revived him again, and he's like, "God damn it!" And so he went and killed himself.
I mean, they would have all these tributes for him and everything if he was dead.
They had him anyways. They had them fucking. That's all they talked about.
Yeah, but no one cares as much. He's alive. That's what irked me. Is like, hey, we turned the E on ESPN upside down. We're all wearing number 3s, and this guy's fucking doing touchdown dances.
Oh my God! It took me 4 seconds to get fucking over this guy.
Yeah. Did Aubrey Huff have any more about him?
No, that was it.
Oh, that's disappointing. I thought there was some good old fashioned conspiracy. Aubrey Huff is a funny guy just because I remember like watching him as a kid.
Yeah.
And he was just like a guy on the Devil Rays.
He was a guy that just hit fucking moon bombs.
Yeah. And I had no idea that he's fucking get off my lawn guy.
Yeah, he's either striking out or hitting a ball like 6 counties away.
Well, I don't know.
Did you see the video of Paul Pelosi?
I don't believe so.
They released the body cam footage of him answering the door with that guy. Yeah. Hit him with the hammer. The cops open the door. He's handcuffed to this guy. They're both in their underpants. and Pelosi's got a cocktail. And the other dude's got a hammer. And he goes, "Hey, can you put that down?" And he just goes, "Nope." And then smashes him over the fucking head with it.
Oh, Jesus.
It's so brutal, but it's funny right up until he gets hit with the hammer.
What is he's got a cocktail there in their underwear. What's the theory?
The theory is that he's in a gay relationship with this guy.
I figured that, but what's like what would a liberal say happened?
He broke in, they ripped each other's pants off, then they handcuffed him so he couldn't escape.
Give me those pants.
And then Pelosi said, please, the last thing I want is a cocktail. And the guy went, "Okay, let's go to the kitchen and I'll make you a nice."
Nothing if I'm not open-minded. I like some spirits as well.
A nice dirty martini. But yeah, he answered the door in his underwear and he's like, "Hey guys," like it's all fine until the hammer throw.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that's very interesting.
I cannot wait for Monday. Like I can't wait.
Well, it came out after your guys' show.
Yeah, it was supposed to come out tonight at 7, but actually, to Jerry's credit, he called it. He goes, "Some little company place is going to get it before," because Jesse Waters was supposed to have the exclusive. And it leaked way before. It came out like a couple hours ago, I think. Well,
I felt like a very disjointed a show. We were all over the place.
I
hope you guys enjoyed it.
The best part, I don't know if you knew about this, but after that, Nancy Pelosi had an exorcist come to the house and bless it.
What do you mean?
My theory was it was to pray the gay away.
Bless what? Her husband or the house?
The house. The everything going on. Because he's gay. So I'm like, what the fuck is happening here?
That's so interesting because I guess it is her husband. I was going to say if he's gay, you'd think she would be accepting of that, you know? Yeah, especially because it's an illegal immigrant. The guy that was handcuffed to him, but he was from Canada, so it kind of doesn't count. It's not the news making illegal immigrant. Well, guys, if it turns out he's gay, you know where to go for some great jokes about it, and that would be verygoodshow.org. They will gay bash this fucker till the cows come home. Monday night live at 8. Let's go. So go listen to Very Good Show. Any wacky hijinks going on there lately? We're not sure where Mike is. What does that mean? It appears we'll be going. I'm starting to think Mike Harris is a bit like he's not a real guy. He's just it's all like, oh, I might not do the show. Yeah, it's becoming so much of that I'm about to just pull the plug and be like, hey, man, if you want to be a guest sometime, just let me know. Yeah. Wow. Would there be an uprising? I don't know. I think the people that listen have turned on him recently. Oh, really? That's too bad.
Yeah, like they really trashed the shit out of him, which to me makes me laugh, but I get it.
It's a shame him and Matt have quit. Why are you laughing?
Yeah, but I'm hoping. See, it's always like, all right, we're gonna do tonight, and he's like, oh, I can't. We can do Wednesday, and then you come to Wednesday, and in the last second, like the 11th hour, he's like, I can't come.
Wow.
So we're getting over that. So it's probably just gonna be me, Tim, and Matt going forward. That's the fun, wacky hijinks.
You guys should have. Well, cut this part out because you're not going to want it on air.
Yeah, obviously.
You're going to want to make it seem real.
Yeah.
If you guys every week have a fugitive call in with like a voice disguiser and say, I've got Mike Harris. Here are 3 clues as to where he is. I think that'd be some good fun shock jock stuff you guys could do.
The problem would be like, at this point, I'd be like, good. And I'd hang up.
And as I mentioned earlier, go to blindmike.net for goodness sake. If you're not there already, why not? Join the Patreon, buy some merch, or just to support the show for free. Apple, Spotify, YouTube, all that. Go subscribe to WATS, me and the Hamburglar, and Why You Laughing as well. All of that, blindmike.net. Support the show, and we'll be back next time. See you never, gang.
And we have a mean transition.
Sappers clear the way. Airborne all the way.
If I tell you you've got a homicide, buddy, you've got a homicide.
I hope to hear from you soon.
I am proud to own the Trumpy Bear, and I will always be proud to be an American.
Until then, have yourself a great day, and as always, rock on.
Stop the baloney, huh?
What kind of statement is that?
Piss on him. All right.